Port Royal in Jamaica holds a fascinating and somewhat notorious place in history, especially during the height of piracy and buccaneering in the 17th century. Here are 5 lesser-known historical facts about Port Royal and its role in pirate history. 1. Port Royal was once known as the richest and wickedest city on earth. In the late 1600s, Port Royal was a hub of wealth, sin, and corruption. It was known for its bustling port, where treasure from all over the Caribbean and the Americas would be brought in by pirates, privateers, and merchants. The city was full of extravagant parties, gambling, and other vice, earning its nickname as the wickedest city. 2. Pirates were legally employed as privateers. During the late 1600s, pirates weren't simply outlaws, they were often licensed by European powers as privateers. These privateers, many of whom operated from Port Royal, were authorized to plunder Spanish ships and settlements in exchange for a cut of the loot. This gave them a quasi-legal status, making Port Royal a magnet for these legal pirates. The 1692 earthquake led to the fall of Port Royal. Port Royal's decline was brought on by a catastrophic earthquake on June 7, 1692, which struck without warning. The earthquake caused a significant portion of the town to sink into the sea, with the loss of thousands of lives and the destruction of most of the town's buildings. Many pirates and buccaneers, along with their wealth, were lost in the disaster, marking the end of Port Royal's Golden Age. The pirate king Henry Morgan was associated with Port Royal. Sir Henry Morgan, one of the most famous pirates in history, had strong ties to Port Royal. Though a privateer under British service, Morgan's ruthless raids against Spanish possessions made him infamous. He often used Port Royal as his base, and after his retirement, he became the Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica. His legacy is still linked to the pirate culture of the city. Port Royal was a key hub for slave trading. While Port Royal is mostly remembered for its pirate activities, it was also a major center for the transatlantic slave trade. Many of the wealthier residents of the town were involved in the trade, which was essential to the economy of Jamaica at the time. Slaves were brought to the island to work on sugar plantations, contributing to the wealth of the city and fueling its pirate economy. These facts illustrate how Port Royal played a pivotal role in both piracy and the broader history of the Caribbean during the 17th century. Its combination of wealth, vice, and maritime activity made it a focal point of the Golden Age of Piracy.